Along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So for today's video I'll be showing you guys how to crochet this bikini bottom here. If you guys want, you can follow your own bikini bottom. I have this one that I really love. So you also need super glue or fabric glue, scissors. I'm using a 3mm hook, and I'm also using the same yarn that I've used for my bikini top, which I have on my channel if you guys want to check it out. And this yarn here is by Stylecraft, double knit special, and is 100% premium acrylic, and the color is copper. So let's get started. So I just want to explain a little bit of my bikini bottom here. So the front part of my bikini bottom is a size small, as you guys can see, and then the back side of my bikini bottom is a size medium because I have a medium butt, and at the front I'm a little bit smaller. Okay, so for my straps I will be doing something different. I'll just be doing normal straps coming from the sides of the bikini, but this one I just made a chain and I just passed through these loops here, and then I just created like a lace thing. Okay, so that's it. So that's all the explanation I have to do. So first you want to create a slip knot, and then chain 32. So here I have my chain of 32 completed. So what you guys want to do now is hold that last stitch in place and then chain 3. And then on that stitch that you hold in, you just create your first double crochet. Now you want to create double crochet on every stitch until you get to the last stitch here. Okay, so I've done all my double crochets on my first row. So for our second row, we're just going to be turning. And then on this very first stitch here, you want to create a single crochet. And then at the top of that, you want to create a chain of 2. And then double crochet every stitch until you get to your last stitch again. So here I've finished my second row now with double crochets. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be decreasing one stitch from this side and then one stitch from the other side. So you just turn your work. So what we're going to do is skip this very first stitch here, and then we will create a single crochet on the second stitch and then a chain of 2. And then create double crochets until you get to the second to last stitch. So now I'm here on my second to last stitch. So what you guys want to do is create a half double crochet. So we just do the first part of the double crochet, and then you're gonna crochet just these 2 stitches here. And then you're gonna keep these 2 stitches in the hook, and then you want to create another double crochet, and then just crochet these 2 stitches here. Here we go. And now you want to slip stitch all these 3 together. So now we've decreased 1 stitch from this side and 1 from the other side. So now what you guys want to do is turn. So for this next row here, we're going to be creating only double crochets without the decrease. So now you can do a single crochet on the very first stitch, and then a chain of 2. Now you're just going to be doing double crochets on every stitch until you get to the last stitch here. So now I've completed my row with double crochets, so now we're just going to be turning. And then for the next row we're going to be doing with the decrease. So what you guys want to do is skip this very first stitch and then single crochet on the next stitch, and then you want to chain 2 and then create double crochet until you get to the second to last stitch. So I'm here on my second to last stitch, and now we're going to be creating half double crochets. And then when you've created the first part of the double crochet, you just want to crochet these 2 stitches here and then create another half double crochet. So you do the first part of the double crochet and then just crochet these 2 stitches. And then with these 3 here, you just want to slip stitch them together. So now we're going to be turning. And then now we're going to be doing a row with only double crochets, and then you're going to keep doing that same method of doing a row with double crochets and then one with the decrease and then another one with double crochet and then another one with the decrease until you have only 10 stitches. Okay, so now I'm just going to be completing this other one with you guys. So this will be the row with the double crochet, so we create a single crochet on the very first stitch and then you create a chain of 2 and then double crochet on each stitch until you get to this last stitch here. So I'm on my last stitch for the double crochets. So now I'll continue my rows off the camera until I have only 10 stitches. And then I'll come back to show you guys how to do the bottom part of your bikini. So here I've completed all my rows. I've done, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I've done 13 rows for the front part of my bikini, and I've stopped when I had 10 stitches at the top. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches. So what you guys want to do now is create 6 rows of double crochets to create the bottom part of your bikini. So what you guys want to do is on this very first stitch you want to create a single crochet and then chain 2. So you want to double crochet until you get to the last stitch. And then now you guys turn. So this is my first row, so I have 5 to do. So now you want to repeat the same thing you did for this row into this one. So first we're going to create a single crochet and then a chain of 2 and then double crochet until the end. So I'll be completing the rest of the rows I have to do and then I'll come back. So as you guys can see, I finished the front part of my bikini, and also I've added that 6 rows for the bottom part of the bikini. So now we're going to be doing the back part of the bikini bottom. So for the back part of my bikini bottom, what I'll do, I'll increase 2 stitches on this side and 2 stitches on this side. If you guys want your bikini bottom to be a little bit smaller at the back, what you guys can do is just increase 1 stitch on each side. So as I want a little bit bigger at the back, what I do, I'll increase 2 stitches on each side. So what you guys want to do is chain 3, and then on that same stitch you want to create 2 double crochets. 1, 2, and then a double crochet on every stitch until you get to your last stitch for this row. So just remember guys that this one is not your last stitch. Your last stitch is this stitch here where you've done your chain of 2 here. So what you guys want to do is create your double crochet on that stitch. So now here what you guys want to do is create 2 extra double crochet in that same stitch. Here we go, 2, and then as you guys can see there is increase of 2 here, and then there is increase of 2 on the other side. So now we just turn, and then for the second row what you guys want to do is create normal double crochets. So now we're going to be doing the same as we did for the front part of the bikini. So we're going to be doing one with the increase and one with normal double crochets, one row with increase and one row with the double crochets until you get to the very last row, which I'll show you guys which one it is. So now what you guys want to do is just create a single crochet and then a chain of 2, and then just follow the stitches with double crochets until you get to your last stitch. So here I want to show you guys again. So this is not your last stitch. Your last stitch is this one here. Just remember that, otherwise your bikini bottom will be not crocheted properly. Here we go. So now I've completed my row with double crochet. So now we just turn, and then this row will be with increase. So we just chain 3. And then on the very first stitch we create 2 double crochets, and then now we want to create double crochets on every stitch until you get to the last stitch. So here on my last stitch I want to create 3 double crochets. Now I'll turn. So now we're going to be creating the rows with only the double crochets and not the increase. So a single crochet on the very first stitch, and then continue doing double crochets on each stitch until you get to your last stitch. So now you're just going to be doing the same method as before. So one row will be with the increase of 3 double crochets at the sides, and then one row with normal double crochets, and then another row with the increase, and then another one with double crochets. I'll be doing that off the camera, and then I'll come back to show you guys how many rows I did.
Life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest.
So as you guys can see, here's the back part of my bikini bottom. It's all completed with all the rows. I've done 17 rows for my back, 6 for the middle, and 12 for the front. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be doing the design around the bikini. So what you guys want to do is chain 3, and then skip a stitch, double crochet on the next stitch, chain 1, and then skip a stitch, double crochet on the next, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet on the next one. And so you just want to keep doing that until you get to the last stitch here, and then I'll show you guys how you can do this part here. Okay, so I've done all the design on the top here, and then when you guys get to this corner here, and then what you want to do is create double crochets at the side here, So once you've done the 4 double crochets, so later we're going to be doing the strap and we'll be in the middle of them, like in here. So once you've done that in the corner, what you guys want to do is chain 1 and then just start doing the sides here, and then you're going to do the same design as you did at the top. So you just find a stitch and then create a double crochet, chain 1 and then just find a stitch and create a double crochet. So you want to continue creating the design as you did at the top here until you get to the 3 double crochets that we created here. So you're going to stop doing the design until you get to this part here, okay? So as you guys can see, I've done the design at the top and then also the 4 double crochets in here and also the design. So I just want to show you guys, I've done the design until I got to this first 3 double crochets that we created. So from this point where we created the last square on the 3 double crochets here, what you guys want to do is from this point to 7 rows down, you want to create double crochets with no chains in between them, so just normal double crochets until you get to around this point here. So what you guys want to do is double crochet on each and every stitch you guys can find around here. So for example, like this one, and then maybe this one. So we're not going to be chaining, it's just going to be normal double crochets. So as you guys can see, I've done my 7 rows down of double crochets. So I'll be doing the design at the side the same as I did for the back, and then I'll do the 4 double crochets and then the design at the top and then the 4 double crochets, the design, and then I'll do the double crochets and then the design around here too, and then I'll finish it off with the 4 double crochets at the corner here. So I'll be doing this off the camera and then I'll come back to show you guys how I do my straps. So as you guys can see, I have finished all around my bikini bottom with the design and also the double crochets around here and then all around. So when you've done your 4 double crochets at the corner here, what you guys want to do is slip stitch with this square here right on that stitch. So you're just gonna be slip stitching these 2 together, and then you can just fasten off by cutting the rest of the yarn, pulling through the loop and pull it tight. So after you've done that, we can start to create the straps in between. 4 double crochets here, and then we're going to be doing on this side and then on this side, all the 4 sides in your bikini bottom. So now we're going to be doing the straps, and I'll be starting on this corner. You just put the hook through this stitch, which is the middle of the 4 double crochets, and then pull the yarn through that stitch. Pull the hook through that stitch again, and then you pull the yarn and then you start doing the chain. So I would do a chain of 55 to 70, depends on the size I want. So I've created my chain of 90. So now I would just go back with single crochet. So I will do single crochets all my way down the chain until I get to this point. So here I've completed my first strap, and then this is my last stitch. So now what you guys want to do, just slip stitch into this stitch here and then just fasten off by cutting the yarn, pulling through the loop and pull it tight. So now I'll be doing all the other 3 straps and then 1 here, and then I'll be back. So as you guys can see, I have finished all the 4 straps and my bikini bottom is nearly completed. I just need to cut these yarns here that is left. So to finish it off, what you guys want to do, just cut the yarn and then put a little bit of super glue or fabric glue and let it dry. So now I'll just cut these ones out and then I'll be back to show you guys the completed project. So before showing you guys the completed bikini bottom that I've done today for you guys, I want to show you guys my white bikini bottom. So as you guys may see in my video, I've created a different strap for this bikini bottom here, and for this white one I've done something a little bit different. So instead of doing double crochets at the side here, I just created squares instead of the double crochets. So I've created squares on this one and on this one on both sides. And then for the strap, what I did was I created a really long chain. I think I've done 150. So what I did was I just grabbed my strap and then on this part of the bikini bottom I just put the strap through this first loop and then this other side through this loop here, and then I just crossed them like that, and then one more, like that. As you guys can see, it's just crossed like that. If you guys want, you can go a little bit lower, so I just decided to do 3 squares. So here I'll just do a lace. So here we go. So this one is a little bit different but is very comfortable. I think you guys will like this one as well. So here we have a new and completed bikini bottom for you guys. So this is the front, this is the back. It has a good coverage for the back, you know what I mean. So I just prefer them to be a little bit bigger at the back. So it's just my preference. You guys can do it smaller. I showed you guys how to do a bit smaller, or you can do bigger. You can just add double crochets at the sides here to create a little bit bigger. So I hope you guys enjoyed another episode on my crochet videos. And don't forget to subscribe and to like my video if you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye!